Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I just made a video talking about a day in the life of a financial business analyst, but as I was watching the video, I realized most people can confuse a business analyst with a financial business analyst. So I decided to wait a second, take a step back a little bit. So we took a step back, and on this video I'm trying to explain as much as just broad high level what is the difference between a business analyst and a financial business analyst. The difference between a business analyst and a financial business analyst is what we're discussing last. Please stay tuned for the rest of the video. Initially, the first thing that you can realize between business analyst and a financial business analyst is that the name seem more or less the same. Let's take business analyst for instance. If you're using the word business analyst and then you put another word in front of it, call it senior business analyst, you can expect that the people do more or less the same thing. The only difference is one, the senior guy might be doing something of high level sensitivity that the junior guy might not have access to. Maybe a little bit more complex or a little bit bigger project might be given to the senior guy while the junior guy doesn't do it. So junior business analyst, and senior financial business analyst, the difference might be very, very, very close to each other. And I used to think the same is true when you put another name in front of business analyst, which is financial business analyst. But I'm afraid it's totally different. Business analysts look at requirement specification, they write the document, learn about processes, and they can become process engineers, which means you tell them about this is how I do to my groceries, and they map a process to say you first check what's missing from your fridge until you go all the way to the store, and then you bring it back, and then they map that whole process. A business analyst will go out, take that process, go meet with the people, make a business case about what do people do to make groceries. So when it comes to financial business analysts, their job has to do with looking at any data that has got financial information on it. Initially, I had been called a senior financial business analyst and I was in a sales department. I think the role that quite fitted me best was sales analyst, because I was looking at sales data and I was analyzing that. But in this case, when you called financial analyst, I think the reason why they took me to the financial side was most of our data was financially related, and my education was actually leaning towards the finance side, so it became easy to call me a financial business analyst. Financial business analyst looks at not just your normal income statement. That's what financial officers does. But a financial business analyst takes, maybe say for instance, your NII or your normal revenue, and then they derive meaning from there. Whether they split it further or they add other layers into it, that's what a financial business analyst do. So when you talk about a day in the life of a financial business analyst, they might at all not be talking about process engineering. They might not be talking about creating documents. The only way that they will be talking about making documents might be during presentation. While business analysts, the first thing that they might be talking about is collecting information so that they can create a document. The other guys, all they do, financial business analysts, all they do is collect data so that they can get reports. Or the others one, they collect information so that they can make a documentation to say, okay, this project is feasible, we can go ahead with it. While the other one says, this is where you're spending most of your time, this is where you're spending. So that's the difference between the two. And when I'm talking about a day in the life of financial business analysts, you are sure to see me talk about data, because the biggest thing that inputs into their work is data. While on the other side, if we were talking about business analyst, as a business analyst, and what does business analysts do? You'll hear more about going into meetings, which is the biggest thing. You will hear about collecting requirements, daily stand-up meetings. You'll hear about all of those things. Those are the key things that are required when it comes to business analysts. Financial business analysts, data. So as people, as they see it in their mind, okay, we follow this, that is required. So that's one of the difference between those two. So another difference is business analysts, most of the time they sit within IT, information technology, because they help with projects. So you are sure to find them as a key driver on project management. Financial business analysts, they sit within the finance side, so you are more likely to see them as right-hand men to some of the guys. So you can see maybe a financial business analyst as right-hand woman to a financial officer, but mostly the people that needed those people might be your execs or your heads of department. This is why when you say my client, you're actually saying the execs, because they got an issue to deal with, and then they brought it forward. There's another word. The reason why I'm looking for this two is because they have the name business analyst at the end of it. There's another one in finance called the finance specialist. Finance specialist is the thin line between a finance specialist and a financial business analyst. So that one we can talk about it later. They do more or less the same thing. The only difference is one goes out and then find best practices, like best practices in that field. That's what a finance specialist does, as far as I'm concerned. Once you found the best like you can still analyze the data like a financial business analyst. After you analyze the data and you can see where it's going, you bring in another element to say, but the competitor are doing this. So that layer makes you, going into financial specialist, where you spend most of the time doing it's 10 rands an hour, but what's the best practice? It's 25 rand, 75 rand an hour, stuff like that. This one in financial business analyst is quite interesting because even what's required is quite different too. What's required from business analyst side of things. So I thought I should just make this video just to clarify the difference between the two roles. They look quite similar, but they're not similar. They are far different from each other. Thanks guys for watching this video. Please stay tuned for another video coming up.